What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the MF podcast. My guest today is Shannon Hewitt. She is a photographer and studio owner based in Tonopandi, and she is the owner of the business PhotosByShan. In this interview, I'm going to be talking to Shannon about her career as a photographer, her history of how she got into it, and the kind of experiences that she's had to date working with a range of businesses and models for their photography needs. Let's get into it. Shannon,
Yeah.
how are you, mate?
I'm right. You okay?
Brilliant. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm fantastic. I'm great. Obviously it's a stunning day outside, but we're in here recording this podcast episode
Yeah.
because you were so graciously accepted to come and film an episode. Cool. Right. So if you're happy to get into it, I'm happy to start asking you some questions
Yeah.
and getting to know.
Yeah.
I follow you on Instagram, and I've followed you for a while now, but it's only really recently that I've kind of started reaching out and dropping comments and things like that. I'm really, really, really impressed by the work that you do as a
Thanks.
photographer. I would even go as far as saying that I'm kind of envious of
Shut up.
of the kind of stuff that you do. No, I'm serious. I'm very, very serious. You do, or you seem to be doing all of the things that I wish I could do if I had the chance to do it all over again.
Really?
Definitely. You've got a designated commercial studio space.
Mm.
You've got a website that absolutely slays.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks.
6,484 followers on Instagram,
Yeah.
870 followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're killing it. You're
Thanks.
killing it. You're really, really killing it. And you're only 23 years old.
Yeah, 23. Just turned 23.
Savage.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, if you decide to like stick with photography going forward,
Yeah.
no one's going to be able to compete with you. You're yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So I guess best place to start. How long have you been a photographer for?
Probably like 3 years.
Officially 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that 3 years of getting paid or
Yeah.
okay? All right. So you've never picked up a camera before 3 years?
Yeah, I did,
Okay.
but not for long.
I I think that's to be expected, to be honest. You know, there's not that many people out there who they know what they want to be
Yeah.
from so early on.
Yeah.
What was the earliest you kind of remember picking up a camera and just having fun?
Probably when I was like 17, 18.
Okay, okay.
But it was more so like pictures of myself, like pictures of myself for the girls in Ibiza,
Right,
and
okay,
then
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
face tuning my acne, and then like
Yeah.
face tuning my friends' photos, and like
You saw that there was enough interest in it, or what was it? Was it that you saw your talent, or your friends kind of pushed you into it?
my friends hate having their photos done,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, mine
but
too, yeah.
yeah, but like I think it was just like I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Like I enjoyed taking photos. I enjoyed editing photos,
Okay.
but I'd only really edited photos of like me and like a certain amount of people. But it was like on my phone. Like I didn't know
Okay.
anything
About
beyond Facetune. You
right.
know?
Okay. All right. Okay. No, no, that's fair enough. I mean, you have to get into it somehow. And I mean, smartphones definitely they've had really really good cameras for quite some
Yeah.
time. So it's no surprise that that would have been your entry into it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So am I right in thinking that it was as of May 2023 that you opened up your studio?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you do for the 2 years before that then? How did you manage your business before that?
So basically in 2020 I had like a rough year.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
I
It
think
was
we all did.
awful.
Okay, yeah.
And then I was just like, right, I've got this cheap camera.
Okay.
It was like a crop sensor with a kit lens. Like it was illegal in photography world. And I just, it was
Okay, all right. What camera was it?
a Sony A5100 or something.
Okay, all right, well, a decent start. Yeah, okay. All right, go on. Okay.
So then I was just like taking photos of like some of my friends. Like my friend was pregnant, and I was like, please let me take pictures of you.
Yeah.
And then I lost my job in outfit
Okay.
in Hunterston
Because of the pandemic
because of the
or
pandemic.
right,
So we were
okay.
all just like let off.
Yeah, no, of
So I was
course, yeah.
skint, needed money
Yeah.
ASAP. And I only done like 5 or 6 free shoots.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you do those shoots?
In like my bedroom. in my
with
grandmother's house.
by yourself or with clients?
Clients.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I won't grass you up the government. I won't say she was breaching what was it?
I don't know.
Limitations, restrictions,
Yeah.
social distancing. That was it. Yeah, she was
Oh no, not in
breaching.
lockdown. I wasn't
No.
doing it in lockdown. No,
Oh
it
right.
was
Okay.
after lockdown.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's okay then.
Mm.
That's totally fine. Yeah. No. That period for a lot of people definitely was where we saw people kind of because they were being let go of their jobs because
Yeah, 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 yeah,
they had to stay at home.
yeah,
They started learning about the things they wanted to.
yeah,
So yeah. No. That's okay. Amazing. Brilliant.
yeah. Mad.
And so for 2 years, how did you end up going into your own studio space then? How did it?
So I started off in my bedroom in my nan's house.
Was it a big bedroom or a little bedroom?
It was a tiny bedroom, and then my grandfather,
Okay.
just before he passed away, smashed down the wall.
My condolences. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, smashed down the wall between the two bedrooms. So my house was then a one-bedroom house, and my nan was in the attic.
Okay. Wow.
And then I
Okay.
drilled a backdrop to my ceiling.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Okay.
and
So
then I just shot from there.
brilliant. Okay. I'm quite envious of like how much support you've had from your family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All of this stuff. Like I know my mother is my landlord, but it's been a serious struggle in
yeah,
kind of getting my home studio the way I need it
yeah,
to do the things that I need to do.
yeah.
Did Nan and Granddad understand
No,
what you needed to do?
no. They didn't have a clue what I was doing. They were just like, what are you gonna do, like, for a job? And I was like, I'm gonna take photos. And they were like, okay.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
I can empathize with that.
yeah,
The kind of resistance from older family members.
yeah.
They didn't see it as a job at all.
Not in the beginning. I just
Okay.
don't think they fully understand what it was. And obviously, I was going to uni to be a teacher.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's nothing to do with teaching.
Right. Okay. All right.
And I'd wanted to be a teacher from the age of like 12. I was like, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a teacher.
Why a teacher?
I think because teachers were like mother figures to me
Okay.
when I was younger.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of support from my teachers.
You wanted to kind of give back.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Okay. I mean, obviously now that you're a few years into being a professional photographer, do you ever have moments where you struggle between wanting to stay doing what you're doing or going into the path of being a teacher?
Sometimes,
Sometimes.
but like if I'm really bored, I will do the odd supply shift.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
because I miss it sometimes and I don't want to like let it go.
No, no,
So I
no.
might do
Definitely,
like
definitely.
the odd Monday or the odd.
Do you ever try to merge the two?
I have done.
Okay.
So like I had like teaching observations and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to teach photography, and they were like, well, it's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's in the curriculum. You can't stop me.
For primary school?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
3-year-olds holding my camera.
Oh,
Yeah,
the old model or the one you use right now?
the one I use right now.
No.
Yeah,
No, I would never let anyone touch my camera.
yeah,
Never.
yeah.
What are you what model camera are you using right now?
Sony A7 III,
Very cool. Okay.
yeah,
Nice. What is your go-to lens?
24-70.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. No, that's. I mean, the beautiful thing about I explained this to one of my previous guests. The beautiful thing about the creative industry is you can have two people with exactly the same skills and
Yeah,
exactly the same equipment, and they're gonna produce something different.
yeah, 100%.
So any time that I hear that someone's using something different or doing things in a different way that I would, I'm not I'm not like I don't cut them off. I'm not like, oh well, you're not as good as me,
Yeah,
or I don't. There's no dismissal. Like it's fascinating. Just the differences in the processes.
yeah.
Have you got plans for the, have you got plans for the next camera? Do you know what you want to get next? Because they're not cheap.
No,
They're not cheap.
I don't know. Like maybe a Sony A1.
You gonna stick with Sony?
I think so.
Okay.
I used to have a Canon.
Okay.
So
Cool.
before the Sony, I had a Canon,
What was the Canon?
a 90D or something.
Okay.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
like, right, I need a camera. I need a more expensive camera. I'll just get that camera. And it was like a crop sensor, and I was like, oh, I didn't know what
I-
that was.
Is it safe to say that you know more about this kind of equipment than you did when you first started.
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you need to dedicate time to going through the different models of cameras and stuff to kind of learn?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
I've watched so many YouTube videos, like so many.
I like going on websites for camera
Yeah.
shops and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And I love opening different tabs of cameras that catch my interest
Yeah.
and then comparing the
Comparing.
different, you know,
Yeah.
because my next camera that I want to get the Canon R5,
Yeah.
which is a 45 megapixel camera.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that when I get that, the kind of portraits that I take they'll be out of the,
Yeah.
oh my days. I'm very excited. But unfortunately, it's a £4,000 camera.
Yeah.
And I just if I had £4,000, it would be going on things like a car
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before it would go on
Yeah.
a new camera. Okay. So what is I know I know you said that sometimes you pull shifts for supply as a primary school teacher, but at the same time you're also doing so well in your photography
100%.
business. What is the long-term goal with regards to the photography? Are you gonna remain as a photographer, or are you gonna kind of step more into the business owner side of things and then bring photographers through? Like what's
I think I wanna do photography
okay.
until I'm like too old to do photography.
All to do photography. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I completely agree. And I think one of the advantages that you have is your age because I mean going forward, the kind of improvements to technology and things like that,
Yeah.
they're gonna be amazing. Oh, it's gonna be you're gonna get to the point where I think you'll have a camera like
Yeah.
replacing an
Literally.
eye. It's like, stay there guys,
Yeah.
just take the picture, that'd be amazing. Cool. Okay. So you want to stick with photography,
Yeah.
until you're too old to do it.
Yeah.
How old is too old?
I don't know. It depends. Like I feel like as I get older, I'll probably do like more weddings and
So you
stuff
feel like
like
the kind of
that.
things that you'll shoot will mature?
Yeah, like it'll shift.
Okay, because a lot of your clients right now, I mean, anyone who goes on your Instagram page, they will see floods of some of the prettiest girls around.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, like I've spoken to some girls in the area, and they say, "Oh, can you take my pictures like Shannon?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, like Shannon?" They're like, "Oh, I want to look as good as her girls do." And I pretend not to be devastated on the inside, but at the same
Oh.
time, it motivates me. I'm like,
Oh.
how is Shannon doing it so well? Like in all honesty, I do look at your Instagram for inspiration. Yeah,
Thanks. That's
definitely.
mad.
So okay. So do you think that there will be a shift in the kind of clients that you have going forwards?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the advantage that you have right now in having contact with as many of those young stunning women because of your age?
I think so.
Okay.
Like I have thought about it before.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
been like, oh, like I feel like I've been like quite lucky in like
Yes.
who I've had around me. And I
Okay.
suppose when I started, I was obsessed with my Instagram.
In what sense?
Like I was like obsessed with like posting photos, editing my photos,
Okay.
like wanted them all to match and
Trying
like
to be an
stuff like that.
influencer or
No, I don't
just
think so. I just think I wanted to look half decent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's totally like I agree, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a Libra, and apparently Libras are a bit like superficial.
Yeah.
Apparently we like things that look good.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. Anytime someone tries to say, "Oh, they so and so's plastic or so
Yeah,
and so's
yeah, yeah.
fake," I'm like, "Well, not really,
Yeah.
because they look good."
Yeah.
And yeah, so I completely agree with that. That's totally fine.
Yeah. So I was just like using my friends,
Okay.
like
Did you
posting those.
picking specific friends?
I think it was just like anyone who would let me take photos of them,
Okay.
who like enjoyed having their photos taken.
Brilliant. Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
know what I
Okay.
mean? Because
Yeah.
some of my
Yeah.
closest friends would be like, no, and they've never let me take pictures of them.
That's what I mean. I've asked people, can I take
Yeah.
can I take pictures of you? And they just don't want it.
No.
And I'm like, you would make such a
Yeah.
good subject.
Yeah.
Please.
Literally.
Okay, I understand that. Did you ever have friends asking for photos and you were kind of like, no.
No, not really.
Okay, cool. No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I
Yeah.
think because I was only doing free shoots for such a short period of time. because when I was watching like YouTube videos and stuff,
Okay.
they were like, do not like do too many pre-shoots.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, I completely agree. Completely agree. What I find is when I do too much free work in general, I find it difficult to then start asking new clients to pay
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And I I'm not afraid of like saying to someone, oh yeah, it's gonna cost, a few
Yeah.
hundred, a few thousand.
Yeah.
But it's how do I explain it? I don't know. It feels like bad, like I've developed a bad habit.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, to be fair, like I have people that message me to this day being like, hey, like, love your work, please can we shoot for
Okay.
free?
They say for free,
Yeah,
or do
they
they
say for
say
free.
shoot and then just like don't?
They just say shoot for free. Or they say like in exchange, like, I don't know. I think like people are
Uh,
just confused because,
okay.
because like you wouldn't go into like Tesco.
Right.
You wouldn't go into Tesco
Right.
and be
Yeah.
like,
I want this. I want this
yeah,
food.
yeah,
I'm taking it. Yeah.
yeah,
No. Yeah.
yeah. I'll post a boomerang of it on my
Right.
Insta. Like, mm,
Yeah. No. The exposure sale. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. All right. This is the conundrum, right? Because there are some people out there that if they came to me and said, "Oh, if we do free work together,
yeah,
I'll tag you and all of this stuff." There are some people out there
yeah,
that I would do that
yeah,
for, right?
yeah.
But and it's not always based on the numbers
No,
on their social medias either.
no,
It could be the quality of people that they have on their
yeah,
social medias. So
yeah,
I get the conundrum, but I bet those are not the people that we're talking about right
yeah.
now. We're probably talking about people with, I don't know, maybe a few hundred followers and
Mm.
and no consistency in what they're doing.
Yeah, I've had people with like millions of followers ask me, and I'm like, no,
Really?
yeah, because like the shoot wasn't beneficial to me. So you want to come have a photo shoot, and you
Okay.
want to bring all your collab, like paid ad stuff.
Ah,
I'm just
right.
gonna take pictures of you in front of the white backdrop, and then
Where's your cut?
yeah.
Yeah.
But also like, it's not something I want to do. It's not creative enough for me. It doesn't benefit me
Nice.
at all.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I did see on the website yesterday, because you have changed it recently,
Yeah.
and the new updates look absolutely amazing. I was gonna swear they were that amazing, right?
Yeah.
The new updates look absolutely amazing, and I was scrolling through it, because obviously you've got headshots, and then you've got there's a few different categories,
Yeah.
and then there's one creative,
Yeah.
and I was like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I am a bit annoyed that you've updated your website now because that was exactly how I wanted to do my website
Oh,
going
really?
forward.
Well, do it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just stick with like like a really boring where gives you my feed, and I'll figure it out. The problem is I use Squarespace.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But the problem is when I try to learn how to do it myself, I'm terrible at it. Do you do
I
your
had
own website
them.
or
Yeah. I done it in 3 days solid. I was obsessed with it.
really?
Yeah. I was like YouTubing videos on like how to code, and I was like adding like weird stuff.
Oh wow. See, that's what I like. I like the fact that you know what you needed as a
Yeah.
photographer,
Yeah.
and then you went out and learned the skill that you needed.
Yeah.
Do you see that across a lot of the photography stuff that you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. If I need to know how to do something,
Okay.
even if I've got to figure it out in 24 hours,
Okay.
I've got to figure it out in 24 hours.
Do you surprise yourself when you do that, when you go through that process?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Does it leave you feeling more? Does it give you a greater sense of security in yourself? Like,
I think so.
okay,
I don't like not being able to do something. Like I was
okay.
watching TikTok the other day, and this girl does like 3D animations of like logos and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay,
Best
yeah.
believe I spent the next like week on Blender making like this photos by Shan fluffy text that I have no use for.
Wha- Okay, all right. Blender is some serious software.
Yeah.
So is that to say that you've got a serious computer setup at home?
Got a laptop.
An expensive laptop?
Yeah, a Mac laptop.
Oh right, okay. Oh well, there we go then. Okay, all right. Is it MacBook Pro?
Yeah.
Okay. How much do you spend on it? No, better question. What year is it?
Like 2023.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my days. That is a serious piece of equipment right there.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've got the new I think is it M2 microchip.
I have no idea.
Okay, all right. Well, I know because I spent so much time
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
browsing, websites and stuff like because I my current laptop, my 16 gigabyte HP laptop, is fine. It does the
Yeah.
stuff no problem. But these podcast episodes, the recordings are about 65
Yeah.
gigabytes.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the editing and the rendering and stuff, it's so much processing power that my laptop needs, a good 4 hours just to
Mm.
export one video.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be on my next list of updates.
Yeah. Well, I only actually needed one because I couldn't play Sims at the same time. And
So
that's
which
really
Sims
important
now?
to me.
Sims 4?
Sims 4.
Oh,
It's
okay, all
really
right.
important to me.
No, that's fine. That's
And my
fine.
laptop was like, you can't play Sims and run Photoshop and run Lightroom and play around with Blender and play Sims. And I was like, this isn't gonna work. This
Oh
relationship.
wow. Okay. No, I like that. I really, really like that. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Yeah. The Sims the Sims that you create, are any of them photographers?
Yeah, they are. Because you can have like a actual photography setup and they can take selfies and stuff. And
Yeah,
they can
yeah,
sell
yeah, yeah,
them.
yeah, 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 yeah. I played it must have been Sims 4 on it was either Sims 4 or Sims 3 back on PlayStation. And you could sell your paintings and things like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And like when I had the new studio, like I built it on Sims and yeah, yeah,
No.
100%.
Wow, okay, that is dedication. Like
Yeah,
that is not only are you a photographer as a profession, but even when you're having fun, you're bringing
yeah,
photography into it. Amazing. Wow, okay. I couldn't imagine myself doing that. Like when I play games and there's a photography mode, I'm so burnt out. I'm like, no,
yeah,
no,
really.
no, just let me shoot stuff. That's it. I mean, there's some things that I do enjoy. There was a game that I played recently, and one of the objectives was to take photos, and it was fun. It was nice being able to kind of adjust the settings and do things like I would with a normal
Yeah,
camera. But it's not the same. It's not the same, right?
no,
I feel like if I'm gonna be taking photos in a game because I've got so much experience of doing it in
yeah, yeah,
person,
yeah,
I didn't want to kind of waste time on it. So I
yeah,
just yeah. I've mentioned already your popularity with a lot of female clients. One of the things, like looking in from the outside, it seems to be that as a female photographer yourself, that is possibly the appeal for a lot of these
yeah,
younger female clients. I've worked with various women both on clean modeling shoots, but also on adult content, and I've heard horror stories
yeah,
where,
same.
girls have gone off to have photo shoots halfway up the country with
Yeah,
guys.
hotels.
All sorts of stuff, and
Yeah,
there's serious, I don't the issue the issue with the creative industry. I'll get to that in a bit. No, I'll get to it now, and I'll come back to this. The issue in the creative industry is there's no ethics board.
no,
There's no kind of like panel of judges or something that
no,
says you're out of order, you're
yeah,
gone. So I mean, there's a benefit in that anyone can kind of pick up a camera and get into it,
yeah,
but at the same time, there's yeah, as you're aware of,
yeah,
there's no kind of authority keeping things in check. Well, I was going to ask, have you heard similar kinds of stories from your girls?
yeah, 100%.
I don't want to ask what kinds of things have they said, but I want to kind of shed light
Yeah,
on the situation.
yeah.
How when these clients share this information with you as a photographer, how do you process that?
I think it's just like really frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the behaviors of any other photographers could impact you as a photographer, or are you confident that you're completely clean from it and it's just frustrating?
I think it's just really disappointing.
Okay.
It's just really disappointing that anyone would make people feel uncomfortable on a photo shoot and
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like damage that experience from when it's supposed to be like fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Do
Yeah,
you know what
okay,
I mean?
okay. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Definitely. No, I'm really glad you said it that way. Photography is an amazing thing. We take pretty people
Mm,
and we make them prettier.
mm,
Both for the very expensive equipment that we use, the skills that take a very long time to learn, and the time and effort that goes into editing those pictures.
yeah.
So I completely agree that it's supposed to be a positive experience. Do you feel like, as a female photographer, that you have the female plumber effect? That
What's that mean?
so the female plumber effect is that, there are a lot of women who choose to book female plumbers
Right.
because
Yeah.
they trust that a woman coming into their home
Yeah.
to provide this service. Is that where a lot of is that where a lot of the safety that you feel like?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with like girls that are like 17, 18, like their parents
Definitely,
like are
yeah.
like, oh, like you're going to a female photographer, like that's fine. Like I'll
Yeah,
come with you, but
okay.
it's fine. Like I've met girls in hotels. I've met girls in like Ibiza, like
I've
strangers.
there
And
are reels on, yeah, okay.
yeah, and it's like, would they do that with a male photographer? I don't know. Some might. Some
So, there's a national, it's not a competition, there's a national organization, called UK Calendar Girls. Have you ever heard of them?
no.
Good, okay. I'm not going to say that it's a shady
Mm,
operation, but I've had contact with photographers, I've had contact with girls who have entered into the competition. And when you've got both sides of the industry saying something's not right,
yeah.
the girls saying that, the amount of work that was expected of them, and the
Mm,
kind of abuse that they were put through,
yeah.
and the photographers eventually coming clean about this stuff, and saying we couldn't say anything because we were under contract.
Mm,
It really, again, comes back to this whole ethics board thing of like, well, if these blokes are like running this really shady
yeah.
operation, why is there not, more exposure to it,
Yeah.
kind of thing?
100%.
And I would absolutely hate for any young girl or any woman, full stop, to kind
Yeah.
of, feel like posing in front of a camera would be a problem.
Yeah.
That really bothers me, because
Yeah.
some of the girls that I've worked with, they want to stand in front of a camera
Yeah.
because they have confidence issues.
Yeah.
Is that similar
Exactly.
things that
Yeah.
you see?
100%.
Okay,
And it's a really like vulnerable position to be in. Like I
definitely.
hate being behind a camera. Like when people take pictures of me, I'm an absolute nightmare.
Okay,
So,
why?
because I just feel like uncomfortable. Like it's scary giving someone else the power over like how
Okay,
you look.
so is there an element of trust?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to photographers trying to build up that trust?
I feel like it's hard because there's some girls that come in
Okay,
and they want like pictures from behind and those type of poses, and
okay,
so
yeah,
it's like it's figuring that out before you go into the photo shoot.
okay.
And if you need to ask, then you just need to ask like what type of
What? Yeah,
images do you
what are we
want?
showing?
Like
Yeah,
what
okay,
type of poses do you want to do? And you can sort of tell
okay.
from that.
Okay, no, yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I guess, yeah, the lesson is, you know, get some experience before you start kind of
Yeah.
like going full pelt.
Yeah.
I mean, I've certainly had to explain to some girls, look, listen, less of this,
Yeah.
dial it back,
Yeah.
and you'll get more of what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I'm not here to kind of, criticize any subject for how they want their pictures to look.
Mm.
I've shot things where there's like no clothes at all, and
Yeah.
it's fun, but at the same time, this is my profession.
Yeah.
I'm taking it very seriously, and so if I feel like, again, yeah, it's just the client, she doesn't like, she's not really on point with what she wants.
Mm.
Okay, then. So I've asked you to give some advice on how photographers would be able to build that trust. What advice would you give to young subjects? Not necessarily female, could be male or female, but young people who believe that they have what it takes to become a model, believe that they have what it takes to become, an influencer,
Mm.
what advice would you give them with regards to, staying safe and remaining professional
I think.
as a photographer? Like from your experience
Mm,
working with these people,
yeah.
what would your advice be?
Try not to think that the agency
Okay.
is gonna like solve all your problems.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
like try not to put all your trust in the agency.
Okay. Brilliant.
Like try to have like some control over like what you're doing, the money. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I
Yeah.
have heard horror stories about that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. That is stuff that I haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you happy sharing
Yeah.
some of those insights? Okay,
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah, definitely tell us some of those stories.
Just like I've heard of like some agencies like sending models that have just started off to
Okay.
like free shoots, and it's like, oh, you need this, you need this. You don't know if that agency's getting paid for your images that you've just gone and shot for.
Right. Okay.
And just like little things like not paying for their travel, not paying for their bits that they need for the photo. It gets really complicated.
Hotels and
Yeah,
props
and just
and
like you
yeah,
end
okay.
up sort of like not making a profit for a very long time because you're sort of like trying to prove yourself in an
It's
agency.
not easy work either.
No.
We had this little chat just off camera that, we've done long shoots ourselves,
Yeah.
4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah.
And we feel very, very physically tired from doing the work
Yeah.
because, I don't know if you're one to do it, but when I shoot certain glamour shoots, I'm on all levels. I'm
Yeah.
climbing up on things. I'm
Yeah.
getting really down low on
Yeah.
the floor and aiming up. So it's definitely not easy at all. So if they're doing all of this work
Mm.
as models, because models get tired,
Yeah.
but they're not seeing the money coming
Yeah.
in from it. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. So just pay attention.
Yeah, like there's some agencies that are absolutely amazing.
Want a name drop?
I think like models in
I've heard of
Manchester.
them. I've
Yeah,
heard
they
of
look really
them.
good to be
Okay.
fair.
Okay. Brilliant.
I think Ginger Snap models.
Is there any local agencies that you can think of?
No.
We don't really have that much stuff in Wales, do
No, we
we?
don't.
Okay. This is why I wanted to get you on the podcast
Yeah.
to kind of network
Yeah.
and expose.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've just hit the halfway mark now. I'm absolutely loving this conversation
Yeah.
right now, Shan. There's so much stuff that I want to pick your brain on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've hit the halfway mark. We're just gonna take a quick little break, stretch our legs, and then we'll come straight back and crack back on with it.
No.
Have you got any RGBs?
No.
You should get some.
Yeah.
You should get some.
Yeah.
RGBs are killer. Or don't get any because I'll take the clients that want RGBs and then you have those. Brilliant. Okay, so we've just had a quick little break. Me and Shannon are back to continue our episodes, continue the interview. Yeah, so Shannon, there's a couple of reels on your Photos by Shan Instagram page
Yeah.
that have really, really caught my eye. The first one that I want to ask you about is the most recent one, or is more recent than the other
Yeah.
one. The title of it is Why I Got Into Business.
Yeah.
And so, just to give a little context of the reel, it's photographs of you throughout your childhood.
Yeah.
And in amongst the photographs, there's two newspaper articles
Yeah.
that reference a house fire.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me more
Yeah.
about that, please?
So it's probably easier if I just start from
Please,
the
by
beginning
all means, yeah, absolutely,
and
yeah.
just go on. So my mother and father met, had
Okay,
me.
okay,
They lasted like a couple of months.
okay,
My mother met someone else.
okay.
Yeah, it's really confusing stories.
No, no,
follow along.
I still got it, yeah.
So they had a baby, my brother,
Okay,
Yeston.
okay.
But when I was 5, Yeston died in bed next to me from cot death.
My condolences.
Yeah. And then you're gonna be sick of saying that. So after that, my mother sort of became what most people call a smackhead.
Okay,
And then she met someone else, had a baby with him, my
okay,
other brother.
okay,
And then she met someone else,
okay,
and he wasn't very nice.
okay.
So they'd had an argument,
Right.
and he poured petrol over my bedroom windows at my front door and
Jesus
lit it
fucking
on
Christ.
fire. Yeah. So now, obviously, like, those newspaper articles are from that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, so like we lost like everything. Like it was 4 days after my 8th birthday.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'd like
yeah.
lost all my presents, lost all my brands. I was really upset. And then the three of us survived.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my lungs collapsed and stuff. So it was like really traumatic. Really traumatic. Because we were stuck in there for like 2 hours
In the
in the
house.
house because my mother had put a like chest of drawers in front of the bedroom
Okay. To
to
stop.
stop if anyone come in.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
So he went to jail for 8 years, come out after 4. And then,
Wow.
yeah,
Would that not have been attempted murder?
no, because if you plead guilty, you get a lesser charge.
You do get a lesser charge, but would the sentence not have been? Would the charge not have been attempted
It
murder?
was arson.
No.
Yeah.
This you know what, I'm not gonna ask the question, but I was gonna ask, is this animal still walking the streets?
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah. Which is mad. So then obviously like my mother's mental health just got worse and worse and worse.
yeah.
So we were like involved with like social services quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
So
no,
I was
I imagine,
on
yeah.
and off the child protection register for years
Yeah.
because we were neglected.
Wow. Okay.
Like not clean, not fed.
Okay.
Or if we were fed, like I was feeding myself because I was an independent queen.
Right. Okay. Yeah, yeah, no,
Do you know
obviously.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, 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 absolutely. Definitely,
And
definitely.
then my mother had another ex-boyfriend. Wasn't great. He was on Crime Watch.
Oh my days.
And then like my school life when I was younger was just quite difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like everyone was like, oh, like you're a scruff, like your mother's a smackhead,
Yeah,
like your mother doesn't want you, and
there's a few quotes that you've put in the description for the
yeah,
video. But they were some of them.
yeah,
So what I got from the reel, when I watched the reel, it was very like it was I was astonished with how courageous you were in sharing
hmm,
that part of your life
yeah,
on your business
yeah,
page. And what I gathered from it is that you've had such turmoil
yeah,
in your past,
yeah,
that was the motivation for you to kind of.
yeah. I think like obviously when I was younger, I was always like really embarrassed of like who I was born by, like as in my mother, um, where I lived, what my house looked like, what I didn't have,
Okay.
and just sort of like angry towards the world, and I just sort of like never spoke about it because I was just like trying not to be a
that
scruff. I was like trying to be this person.
that wasn't the person that you were. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
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 absolutely, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But and I think the moment for me was obviously the same year that I started my business. My mother had jumped off a bridge. So it was like I think the realization for me that like you were on your own, like all of the decisions that you make are on you and you are the only one that can take you out of the dark place. Do you know what
Only
I
you
mean?
can save yourself.
Yeah, and it was just like I'm sick of having other things make me feel a certain way. I'm sick of like being in positions that like I've chosen not to be in.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just trying to like sort of unlearn everything that I'd been taught. So like where I'm from, like you're taught how to apply for benefits before you're like taught how to apply for a
I
job, and
understand.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
You're taught how to
yeah,
not be a high quality
yeah,
person.
you're taught
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
like
Fodder.
yeah,
You're a throwaway person.
yeah, and
Okay.
just like sort of have no motivation to do anything, have no like aspirations to do anything because that's just the way it was. Like where I lived, like nobody worked and nobody like
Wow.
questioned it.
So you're challenging You're challenging a childhood that you had no control in.
Yeah.
You're challenging an identity that you believe you weren't supposed to
Yeah.
have, and you're challenging a community that is all convinced that they're supposed to,
Yeah.
you know, be a certain way.
Yeah.
That's brave.
Thanks.
That's brave. I mean, how much planning goes into something like that?
A lot. Like when I was really, really young,
Mm,
it was like, right, my mother likes this, like smoking pot and doing
yeah,
this and doing that.
yeah,
Like that's obviously bad because my friend, like her mother doesn't do that and they live in a nice house and
right.
they get like holidays to Turkey and they get a puppy for Christmas. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? It
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
sort of like that jealousy of like being taken care of
Okay.
and just making sure that like I didn't stay in the environment that I was born
No,
into.
that's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely incredible. And I'm sorry again. I'm really glad that I've asked you to come on as a
Yeah.
guest because I think that's a really important
Yeah.
story to share. Wow.
So I think
Okay.
like starting the business was more of like I'm gonna take control of my own life. Like nobody decided. I'd lost my job
Yeah.
a couple of months after my mother died. My grandfather that I lived with obviously died,
Yeah.
and it was just like I need to like have control over myself. Money was a massive part of it.
And so that this business gives you that control.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So really, I think the best message to kind of put out is that if there's any clients watching this that feel like they could use Shannon's services for photography, whether you're a business, whether you're an aspiring model, whether whatever,
mm.
please book her. Please book her and please pay her serious rates. You know, I'll say it with a straight face. You know, we can laugh,
Yeah,
but the reality is that you've created this thing, this
yeah,
business to save yourself,
yeah.
and 3 years in, you seem like you're doing absolutely amazingly
Thanks.
well.
Yeah,
But I think you're also aware that there's a long way to still go. You
yeah.
know, like it's
Just
maintaining
keep
it.
going.
Yeah. So please, by all means, definitely, anyone interested in getting a picture
Yeah.
done, go see Shannon. Photos by Shan.
I think my brother said to me once before, he was like, obviously he was like, I think he was like 10 when my mother died.
Okay.
And he said to me, he was like, Sean, we've had a bad life, haven't we? And I was like, Liam, like, I'm here,
Yeah.
you're here.
Yeah.
Your life could be this long.
Yeah.
But the worst thing in the world that could ever happen to you has happened. Like there's not gonna be much much
Yeah.
else that's worse than
What
that.
else can get
Yeah,
thrown at you, kind
yeah.
of thing?
So
Okay.
it's like you shouldn't be scared now of anything else that will happen because the worst thing in the world's already happened to you. You've got nothing to be scared about.
That's a really mature
Yeah,
approach to it. Like
yeah,
that's an where did I mean you've just explained where it comes from. You've just
yeah.
explained why you have this enthusiasm for a better life and to be a better person. But yeah, where does it come from?
I
Like
don't
what?
know. I don't
Okay,
know.
that's amazing. Okay.
Thanks.
I know I just mentioned about any clients who watch this podcast should book you up, and this actually leads me to my next question. Do you ever feel like there's not enough clients in the area to support your business, or are you aware of so many clients and it's just getting to them one at a time?
I don't know. It's like really weird. Like some months, like I've got lots of interest in like headshots, or I've got lots of interest in like brand shoots, or it just changes so much
Okay,
that it's like obviously I think like when some clients need like headshots, but
okay,
they're not going to need those now for another couple of months. So then like something else comes up and I'm doing more of that, but then they don't need that for a while, and
yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
changes.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I've seen that with some of the girls that I've worked with for their adult content. They'll kind of bounce between different photographers getting
Yeah,
different kinds of
yeah,
content, and it's nice. I appreciate it because I don't want to be doing the same stuff like
no,
day in day out.
yeah,
I'm happy to shoot women, like half naked women one day, and
yeah,
then like musicians the next day,
yeah,
and then I don't know, pets the next. Like
yeah.
I like the variety. So yeah, okay. But you're not worried of competition. You're not worried of having to compete for business.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever really thought about it, to be honest.
I think that just kind of shows like how popular you are
I think
as a business.
I think I just like focus on like what I'm doing, and I just move forward.
Good, yeah,
Yeah,
not getting caught up in the little things, and I hate it. I hate it. Like I'm 32 myself,
yeah,
so I've had an extra 9 years of like having to deal with social media
yeah,
crap and just people and stuff. So I'm at the point now where I'm like I do block a lot of it out. Like I just create stuff,
yeah,
but I'm well aware of how it's a bit of a marathon. Like,
yeah,
having to keep producing stuff while, like you said, there's people in your area
yeah,
who do nothing with themselves.
yeah.
And it's like, I'm on the edge of thinking that I should move away from Newport and just,
Really?
yeah, like I've been working hard for a very long time.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I'm seeing growth and I'm seeing good things happen with what I'm doing.
yeah,
But I'm also looking at the area around me and
yeah.
the people around me,
Mm,
and they're not improving from the year before.
yeah,
So I'd hate to kind of, get worn down by that,
yeah.
and
Be like stuck.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'd hate for one nasty accident to kind of like keep me locked down
yeah,
forever
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
just. But you're still young. Your business is going really well. Like I think you smash it.
Thanks.
There was another reel on your Instagram, the Liliosa winter collection,
Yeah,
the lingerie company. I did ask you off camera where it was located
yeah,
because I wanted to know more than anything,
yeah,
that I could not wait until the
yeah.
question came up. But I will ask you again. Where was that shoot located?
So we flew to Geneva,
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just drove to France.
Okay.
But it's like 30 minutes. It's really weird.
Okay. Right. So to give a little context to people who haven't seen the reel yet, please by all means go to Shannon's Instagram, photos by Shan. Go through the reels and just be impressed with everything there is. So this reel was a compilation reel of how long were you there?
A couple of days.
Couple of days.
Yeah,
It is a compilation reel of all of the activities over those couple of days, and it was it 3 models?
yeah,
So you were the in-house photographer. You were booked as the photographer. There
yeah.
was a videographer. There was a makeup artist. There was
Hairstylist. Yeah,
hairstylist. Like there was a list of like people who had been brought together for this photo shoot, and the reel is a compilation reel of all the stuff that you did. You see you shooting in the snow.
yeah,
See you shooting in the cabin. You really see the work that you put
yeah.
into it, and I was like, this girl is serious. She's serious. What was that experience like?
It was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was amazing.
because it's not the first time that you've shot abroad, is it?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay. How did that experience come about then?
They messaged me on Instagram.
They messaged you?
Yeah, I
Wow.
know.
Okay.
And at first I thought, oh, this is just going to be like free shoot. Like, or even I thought that they might say, right, like, you come with us, we'll pay for your flights and everything, but you're not
Okay.
getting paid.
Okay.
But I
Right.
said
Okay.
to my girlfriend, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
As much as I want to go to
Yeah. Yeah.
Switzerland,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing that because the second that you do that, they're not going to pay for it again.
No. No.
And the
No.
next shoot could be longer or it could be with a different brand. And
Yeah.
word gets around, oh, well,
Yeah. Oh well,
yeah,
we got it for free, so
yeah,
you
yeah.
tell. Okay. All
And
right.
as lovely as it was, like, it is still work.
Okay.
And, like, you need to get paid for it.
So did they give you an offer, or did you provide them a price?
I provided them a price.
Was it a generous price, or was it a bit?
I
Because
feel,
it's a corporate shoot, isn't it? It's a business.
yeah, I feel like it was a fair price.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I feel
that's
like
fair
it was a
enough.
fair price for
Okay.
the work and everything.
I mean, if you're happy with it and they're happy with it,
Yeah,
that's what more could you possibly want?
yeah.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Like
The girls,
it looked stunning.
yeah,
You know,
the girls were freezing though.
I bet. Well, that's
Because
what
they
I
had to,
mean.
like, get changed.
Okay.
Like, change lingerie set
Yeah.
in snow.
In the snow.
Yeah.
Amazing. No, I was blown away by it. I thought this is like the log cabin looks perfect. The
Yeah.
girls look perfect. The clearly, because you in the reel you see all of the lingerie outfits kind of lined up on the coat ranger.
Yeah.
On the coat rack. It was amazing. Yeah, really
Thanks.
cool. Where would you love to shoot? If you could pick anywhere in the world, where would you want to shoot?
I don't know.
Because you've done one in the snow in France.
Yeah.
One of your other reels was Cyprus
Yeah.
in the sun and the heat and everything.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I think the sun.
Because it's more comfortable to shoot in,
Probably.
or you get better pictures from it.
I don't know. I think you get quite good pictures in the snow.
You get really good
Like the
pictures of the
lighting
stuff.
is just always like just even.
It's a blank
Yeah.
white canvas.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Like sometimes when you're taking pictures of girls in the sun, like they can't even open their eyes. It's horrific. I remember being in like Ibiza and I was taking this photo of this girl like in the sea and I was above like with my camera.
Okay.
But obviously like these girls are really like small and like petite and like I've got like chub rub and I'm like running round up these like mountainy rock things and my eyelash extensions were literally like dripping with sweat because the sun is right there and I'm like trying to get this photo. I'm like rubbing talc all in between my legs because they're rubbing together. It was awful.
Yeah. Oh my days.
But it was a good photo.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, as long as you, I expect it from photographers. I expect photographers to put
Yeah.
themselves through a difficult situation
Yeah.
to get the photo.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen some photographers and they kind of just they stay fixed and they make the subject, run around and do all the changes. And
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
I know.
I don't agree with that. I think if you're the photographer, you should be doing more work than the subject.
Yeah, 100%.
Brilliant. I mean, I've asked you so much stuff already. One thing I did want to ask, because obviously, looking on the Instagram, there's a lot of really, really pretty girls.
Yeah.
I've worked with some pretty girls in the past as well, and I think there's a common mistake in I think there's a common myth that a lot of these girls are superficial or they're plastic or they're fake. And the question that I wanted to ask you was, who makes better pictures? The superficial fake girls who nitpick on every aesthetic, or the humble, modest girls that are just happy to do as they're told?
Humble.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right. I think that's where we differ because if I'm getting spat at and talked down to and like, I want this
Really?
picture. I like pressure. I
Yeah.
like pressure. If I've got someone, what I don't like is taking pictures of a subject and asking for feedback. How do you feel about this? What do you want to do different? What do you want to and they just like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. It doesn't really give me much to work with because I know I'm taking good pictures.
Yeah.
But I want to know if I'm taking the best pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, so you prefer working with nice people then?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess all I can say to that is just send me all the really nasty, horrible people. Yeah. And that's fine. That's okay. Are there any particular clients that you know that they're going to be an issue before they've even got into the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can spot a bad client from a mile off.
Yeah.
What are the signs of a bad client?
Not paying a deposit for ages.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. All right. I've just had a booking recently and I've given them the link for the deposit. Unless it gets paid,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a photo shoot.
I'm not going to be there.
Okay. Yeah, no, 100%. Okay. So not paying the deposit. What about things like communication? The way they go about asking for a photo shoot?
I don't know.
Are you lenient at all?
No.
No?
No.
So if someone sends you a message and they're quite disrespectful straight away,
yeah,
you don't.
I'd rather not take a work.
Okay, that's fine. I sometimes convince myself that maybe they don't know what they're saying. But I'm quickly starting to learn that that's not the case at all. Like if they send you a bad message, they're a bad client.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you spot a good client?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
What's a good client? They pay
Someone
the
who's
deposit.
Like, someone who pays deposit.
Okay.
But also like someone that's like I've got an idea. This is what I want.
Okay.
But like you know what you're doing.
Okay.
Someone who just gives me a bit more control.
That was gonna be my next question.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my next question. Control in what sense?
Like as in like the vibe of the shoot.
Okay. Okay.
Like it's hard because I have like some people who like want to do like a mad pose.
Okay.
But their outfit's like a long midi dress. and it's like trusting that that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Okay.
like,
Has there ever been any, well, okay, has there ever been any clients who you really, really need to step in with them?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. How
As in
often?
like help them.
Just kind of seize control. I mean, I
Yeah,
know a client can give you control and trust
yeah,
you, and you know what you're doing.
yeah,
But is there ever a point where you have to say, right, okay, I need to control this moment because your idea is not going to work?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. I mean, the impression that you give me is you're quite confident in being able to step in and start delegating.
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Is there an element of customer service to photography?
What do you
Well, do you ever need to kind of like bite your tongue and say yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full?
mean? No,
No?
no.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Depends. Depends.
Okay.
I don't know what more, but it depends.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I mean, you made this reference earlier on about your business is not like Tesco's. Like
Yeah,
when people go into Tesco's and they want what they want, they get what they want and they pay for it,
yeah,
right? And the difficulty with creative businesses like
yeah,
this is there's so much variety to it
yeah.
that you
How do you
know.
please?
Yeah,
How do
yeah,
yeah? Because you
yeah.
might think, like, we might think it looks great, but
There,
if they don't like it,
there are tons of pictures I've taken that have been absolutely stunning.
yeah,
Like perfect, like those perfect moments where
yeah,
everything lines up and it's
yeah,
a really, really good picture. And they're like, I don't like that one,
yeah,
delete. And I'm
yeah.
like,
I know.
what have you done? And I asked for permission. Can I share this? Can I share this picture? And they're like,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, you're like devastated. You're
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah. Do you have any issues dealing with things like contracts and release forms and stuff like that? Have you?
No,
No?
no.
Okay. Okay. Just no. Okay.
Yeah.
Shan, you're so chilled out. You're so kind of like you're on point. You've been an absolutely fantastic guest. You're calm, you're collected, you're professional, but you're also very peaceful. So
Fine.
yeah, I'm a bit envious of your
Thank you for
girlfriend.
having me.
Yeah, guess I have you around all the time.
Yeah.
I would love to like do a collaborated shoot with you
Yeah.
on
100%.
something.
Yeah.
Whether I get some models together and
Yeah.
come to your
Yeah.
studio, or you
100%.
you bring some people here.
Yeah.
I mean, I have pushed girls your way in the
Oh,
past.
thanks.
I doubt they've given me the credit for it. Like there was one girl recently. She said, "Oh, I want to get into glamour modeling,
Mm.
but I don't want to work with a male photographer."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, Shannon,
Yeah.
this is the link.
Yeah.
Go to this girl and
Oh,
ask her."
thank you.
So I don't know if she booked anything because she didn't seem that serious.
Yeah.
Cool. So I've asked you everything that I want to ask you, but my final question. So the podcast is called the MF Podcast, the Middle Finger Podcast, because of Middle Finger Promotions. My final question is, if you could give the middle finger to someone, who would you give it to and why?
I don't know. There's a few. I don't know who I choose from. I actually don't know.
Okay, all right. I mean, it doesn't need to be a person. It could be a type of person or
Mm.
something like that. You know.
Probably just like anyone that's like said to me like you're scruff, like you wouldn't do anything, like you wouldn't get anywhere.
Okay.
Vibe.
Okay. Any of the haters,
Yeah,
anyone who's
haters.
stood in your way.
Probably my ex.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Definitely the ex.
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. Cool. I know I'd give a middle finger to a lot of my exes as well. Yeah, no, that's amazing. All right. Well, Shannon, you've been an absolutely fantastic guest. What is the best way for people to get hold of you for photography?
Probably either through DM.
On Instagram,
Yeah.
Photos by Shan.
Yeah.
I will be dropping links in
Oh,
the
thanks.
description as well. Yeah. Okay.
Or just through my website.
www.photosbyshan.co.uk.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I did my research.
Yeah.
I have done my research. I've really looked you up. Cool. So yeah. So if there's anyone in the South Wales area or further afield, whether you're looking for business shots, whether you're looking for headshots, whether you're looking to expand your portfolio of pictures, if you are a female model and want that kind of sense of guaranteed security with the person that you're working with, because you're working with a female photographer, then please, by all means, contact Shannon, book something. I'm not offended by it, you know. Honestly, I'm really not. Like, I completely understand that there are some people out there that they want to work with who they want to work with.
Mm,
Like, I know an Asian videographer who works with so many Asian clients
mm,
because simply because they vibe with each other, and
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
get upset by that in the
yeah.
slightest. Yeah, thank you to everyone who's checked out this episode today. Please be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. But if you also want to help support the production of these podcasts, you can go to www.patreon.com/TheSonney, where you can find a minimum subscription tier for £3. And every subscription helps us kind of put these episodes together and yeah, make these things happen. That has been it from me and Shannon. Catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Bye. Oh, I lost my lid.